Welcome to the Crypto Lifer live stream. Sit back and relax and get ready for one of the most amazing, exhilarating, entertaining, energetic experiences of your entire human life. Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. You know, today is going to be an amazing day. It's Sunday. You're going to spend some time with your family. You're going to look at the charts, but you're going to kick it and get ready for the week ahead. We're going to have the weekly candle close tonight. We have a lot to look forward to. Right now I have my Mountain Valley spring water. You can't see it, but it does say Mountain Valley spring water. You can see it there, right? I'm going to do something a little different today, though. I'm going to be pouring the lemon into the water with a little bit of I already put the lemon in because I don't want to squeeze it and get it all over the floor. So I was smart about it over here. Smart Boston guy. Boston. But no longer. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get that music back up and running. Tony in the studio. Tony, let's get it going, man. You're sleeping over here. He's always eating these Funyuns, man. He loves Funyuns. Tony, why are you eating Funyuns when we're supposed to be doing the live, man? Come on, man. I know it's Sunday, but I needed you to hit that. Yeah, get the music up there. All right, thank you. Thank you, Tony. You're the best, bro. No, you're not fired. Don't worry about it, Tony. All right. Get that plastic out of here. This isn't plastic. This is not plastic. This isn't plastic. Hold on. Everyone thinks this is plastic. I might have to actually turn off. You guys want to see what's going on here? This is not plastic. This is an aluminum can. You can see by the aluminum top. Look. Not plastic. Mountain Valley spring water does not rock plastic. Out of here, over here, there, underwear. Shout out to everybody here. Let's take a look at BTC. as we break it down for the day. All right. Now, Bitcoin. We saw it was in this, funny, my scribblings from last night, right? But we knew it was looking like it was going to either go sideways or to the downside unless we could break back above these key highs. This morning, out of nowhere, huge pump for Bitcoin. Things were looking amazing. 69,800. Was it just a short squeeze? Was it just a dream? Did it actually happen? And now that people are pointing out to me, which is getting me going, because we know the high for Bitcoin was the sevens, right? 73,777. And the high here is 69,777. You see that? I can't make this stuff up. I talk about the 777s all the time. How does this candle go to 69,777 even? It's like they're playing with me. They're like, Sam's going to show up, and there has to be a whale that knows what's going on. Some weird connection. Am I going to be invited to the whale club one day? It seems to be like I got some connection to these whales. I mean, that's or just a weird coincidence, which it is. But I take nothing as a coincidence. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, but seriously, it went all the way up here to 69,777s. That is suspicious for me. And now we're at 69,000. What happens on the day for bitty Bitcoin? Let's break it down. Let's have some fun. And let's do a top-down analysis like we do every single day, even if it's boring. Even if we know we don't need to, we've already done it. You never know. We just might see something different one more time. And me as your teacher, I'm just a consistent over and over again. I will push consistency into you until it is the last. You will just figure it. You will be so consistent in your life once you're done being a lifer. Once you're done life-inating with us. I'm just being funky here, but $142,000 Bitcoin. Looks like that could be the top of the cycle. May 2025. That's what it's telling us. Price action can only move so much, right? In so many ways. Yeah, 138, says that could be the top of the cycle, July of 2025, something like that. Shout out from Savannah, Georgia. Shout out to Chris Roach. We love you. God bless you. Is that the famous Chris Roach comedian? Coincidences are really coincidental. I know, right? But I've never really even drawn it like this. Some could even say it was a bullish retest. That we bullishly retested. Well, the only thing that would do, maybe still give you somewhat of a similar area, but 130,000 somewhere by, that's crazy. April 21st of 2021, 130K for Bitcoin. We're going to have to just put this out there for the rest, forever and see. We'll publish this. You go here and you hit publish this idea. This could be way off. We don't know, right? So we just keep that forever. It just stays on my profile. Just something cool to do. All right, anyway. So this is why we do this. We have some fun. We look at things a little differently for Bitcoin. So we know our weekly support, 52K. Never came down there, but if we ever have to, we know we're okay. We wicked all the way into the $60,000 region. We got through it in there, but we came back up. We held candles above it on the weekly. Absolutely beautiful. I ranted and raved for literally, from March, for basically a year, which is kind of crazy. No, from March of 2024. Damn, man, these ants. There's always an ant biting me. It's just insanity. I got to figure something out. I get bit by ants while I live stream now. It's insane. They creeping from the wall, these tiny little ants, and they kind of hurt, man. I'm getting immune to them, but still, enough is enough. I got to vacuum clean before I come in the room. There's so little you can barely see them. The next thing you know, they're on you. They're on you. And they know like vibration, right? So when I step around, I think that's where they know where I'm at and my voice and all that. Horrible. Anyway, I got to answer my pants while I'm live streaming. It's insane. What do you think about the trading view option that recognizes patterns for you? I'm currently leaning. I feel like you could help. It's cool. I like it. It's awesome. It's a new thing. It can only help, you know, but I kind of find all my own patterns. Funny, I thought it was going to be cool. I added it. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Forgot about it. Haven't used it in months, you know. I mean, once you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. But beautiful on the weekly here. I'd like to still see a weekly candle close, you know, above these two candles here, which we were about to get, all right? And again, the highest candle ever is 73,777. So 74K will basically be the all-time high. 73,777s. And then now this high was at 69,777, which is pretty weird. Not here on the weekly, but today on, I think it was the 4-hour time frame. So we just got to close a weekly candle above 71,000. Let's just see where this one ended up closing. Yeah, it's 280 if I remember correctly, or the high. 71,760, is that what? No. We opened at 60, the high, yeah, the close, 71,280, that's what it is. So 71,280 is where these two candles closed right here. It's hard to put the line exactly on it unless I zoom in, but so if we can break back above $71,280, I will be a happy man. Things will make sense to me for Bitcoin, right? And we almost did it once and twice. All right, they toyed with us a couple times. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart, stochastics are kind of in limbo there. The stochastics are aside, but they could still cross this dotted line and get a massive move. Feels like the MACD just got a bit of a cross. And it's a little high, though. MACD doesn't give me so much love. The one thing I don't love about the 3-day is resistance, resistance, resistance. We almost have a quadruple top here. And, you know, what if if it ends up being a bit of an M pattern here, and we end up getting an M pattern that breaks to the downside, and we do revisit 53,000. I'm just open-minded. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen. I just want you to always keep your mind open to the possibilities that we don't know everything. And what everyone else is telling you may not be true. All right? Let the charts be the guide. The charts could change, and if something changes, the charts will show us quickly enough for us to make a move. But if we listen to everything else, we could miss that signal the charts are giving us, because we need all of our focus and all of our energy in the charts to be able to find this. So you have to work really hard for the charts to be able to speak to you. You really do. I know it sounds like hogwash, but it's not. It's true. And when you work really hard, eventually you start seeing things everyone else doesn't see, because they don't work as hard as you. They can't see the details the charts are giving you. But the second you start playing into the news and what everyone else is doing, and the second you go back to regular life and you get back into brainwash, and you leave that, you leave chart mindset, you're gone, you're lost, and you may miss the perfect signal. Like, we may get above the 200 SMA on the 4-hour, but everyone's talking we're going to go down because, Grayscale's selling or something. So you get into the news and you miss the signal. It used to happen to me all the time. Like, I knew my sauce, but I'd get brainwashed by the news again and miss my sauce. I eventually realized I can't listen to the news ever again. It is a waste of my time, and it takes me from my sauce. Then I learned it was the news all along in all aspects of my life. And that, honestly, trading helped me become a better person in many, many aspects. Helped me research better. Helped me find more things in life. Helped me go for the truth. Helped me stop being brainwashed. It really was an amazing asset in many ways. Anyway, let's continue and look here at the daily time frame. Daily coming down on the stochastics RSI as well. And if you look at that, you can get like kind of tighter in the zone here. And to me, the daily's making a bit of what it looks like, an ascending triangle of its own here. And this is something I haven't seen before, right? We haven't looked at this before. I was always making the bigger triangle every time. I hadn't made this bigger move. What I really like about the daily is I could put a line here, but the POC covers us, and it's resistance, and that point of control is going to hold us down about 67,005, right? 67,800, a little high. I bring it a little lower to 67,000, 67.2. But look at the daily. We could start the curve here. And the fact that the daily had all this time to dump, and we're actually creating a green. When you have stochastics, usually look, see this? Down to down, mostly dump. A little bit of green, but mostly dump. And when I mean down is from dotted line to dotted line. Here, look, dotted line kind of are curving down, and it's just dump city. A little green there. You get a little bit of green, but not much on these heavy dumps. Usually, I mean, the fact that we had these two reds and we held the trend line. So is there a chance that Bitcoin's making a smaller channel here? And then, of course, you know, I could still be hopeful on the bigger idea. So you got this bigger one, 1, 2, right? You got the bigger one, and then I don't even know anymore if I'm making it up to after a while. You know, it just starts. And then the smaller channel right here. That's a high, low, you know, and so we have this double top with a higher low. Can Bitcoin break out of the monotony? Can Bitcoin do the damage? All right. Now, the bigger triangle says we could break all the way back down, at least for starters, to 60,009 and, you know, 64K, right? That's the level. We'd look for a move back down to 64K. Hopefully, we could hold at 67, but we'd look for a move once we break 60. So you get 67 and then 64K. You break above here, I mean, boom. It's all-time high. And then the first measured move takes you to about 82, 83,000. The next measured move really is this bigger idea, which is the length of this, which takes you up to about 93. And then the other measured move is the length of the entire pole. And trust me, without fib extensions, without doing any of that, I've been spot on with these. And that's like $108,000 Bitcoin somewhere by August. Could it be a hot summer? Could we get that hot? Could Bitcoin easily go up by 40? That's not even 100% gain, if you know what I'm saying? It's only a 40%. If Bitcoin goes up $40,000, that's 109. I mean, what, that's 60%. That's 2/3 really. I mean, it's not even a little less. I don't deal with fire ants. I just checked, and they do have annual for fire ants. They sell it at Big Box stores. You just sprinkle it around the outside of the house, and it should handle your ants. Thank you for saying that. Amdro, yeah. Once you feel an ant on you, everything feels like an ant. It's true, right? What, do you live down south? Sound like you know me. There it is again. I swear. It's on my leg again. Ah! Oh, man. Anyway, I found out I wasn't a cigar person. Should I tell my cigar story or should I leave it to myself? I don't know. Do you guys want to hear the cigar story? I just found out I'm not a cigar person last night. And I'll tell you the horrible truth. It was tough. So we got 83, we got 9, and I don't want to be a moon boy saying, hey, I watched this guy's channel. He said we're guaranteed going to the upside. He's all in on Bitcoin. I mean, this guy's bullish. I don't know what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I want to say it over and over again. I want to say this again because people come back to my channel and say, you said this and it didn't happen. And I'm like, but I said I didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, no, you didn't. And I'm like, yeah, but I did though. Like, play the tape. And like, they're like, but yeah, and I'm like, but no, like, I said it didn't. I knew nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. All right. Okay, so somebody said, did you puke? How did you know? It was close. Soft lungs. This guy's funny. I love you. You're funny, dude. Soft lungs. This guy, I love this guy. I actually like that. That's pretty high. That's something I would say. Like, toughen up, you Sally boy. Soft lung. No, but so look, 71,460, then to 83,000, then to 93, and then up to 109. And that's kind of the path to the upside here for Bitcoin. If we can get the potty started and break above this resistance at 71,500 without losing the sauce here and getting a move to the upside. Let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame, which attempted to bounce here off the top of the channel and give us a reverse Bot Simpson. Yeah, that's right, a reverse Bot Simpson. What you know about reverse Bot Simpsons? With the Boston accent over here. Sam, I told you, play the reverse Bot Simpson. It's the best thing you can play. My name's Maki Warburg, and this is my notice. Cigars are bad for you. Amen. Okay. Got already solid amount of testo. No need for cigars. Interesting. So I sat back in the jacuzzi last night. Everyone went to bed. Decided to have a cigar. Thought it was what you did as a man, a successful man, to sit and smoke a jacuzzi, in the jacuzzi. Felt like Scarface. I did it a few times before. It was okay. I think I overpuffed a little bit. And I got a little bit of like lightheaded. I think I didn't spit. I think you got to spit a little bit. No offense, sorry to the ladies. And I kept swallowing. Like, it definitely tasted like just nicotine cigar. And eventually I got an upset stomach. I had to like crawl out of the jacuzzi. I got ghost white. I could feel it. I laid in like, you know, those infinity layback chair things. And I couldn't move. I couldn't move for like 30 minutes. I really couldn't. I was like, and I was so like, I was incapacitated. I literally prayed to my mom and dad that I was like, I felt horrible. I was like, Mom, I feel horrible. I could barely move. And I took a shower. And when I went to sleep, I felt horrible, man. Rookie Rich, dude, Judge Bibbles. You guys are funny, man. I didn't inhale. I wasn't inhaling. No weed for the weak lung, yo. Get them weak lung boys out of here, bro. Nah, I don't count weak lungs, man. I'm telling you. You gotta spit and drink cold water. Makes it more enjoyable. Of course, man. Hot jacuzzi and the cigar don't mix. But it was in Scarface, you know what I mean? That was one straw and take you to the moon. I've had that happen. Sam Price for governor of Florida and Bitcoin, the capital of the world, my man. It was imported cigar from Europe. There could be some special. You're funny, man. Headed to Disney, listening to Lifer. Shout out to Carolina Crypto on our way to Disney here in beautiful Florida. All right. Bitcoin back above the 1 minute 200 SMA. Anyway, let's get back into the sauce. So the 4 hours pretty beat. It's very rare it gets this low without a bounce to the upside. And it almost has some hidden bullish in a way because this whole thing swings up while this swings down. So technically it is, even though it's hard to tell, it's not perfect, it's ugly. It's got a little bit of hidden bullish. The MACD wants to make a turn back to the upside. And we're just expecting them to come liquidate all these shorts here that decided they would jump on the train a little too fast emotionally. We got so much liquidity to the upside for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP tells us whether we have that liquidity or not based on real facts and data, not based on just assumptions. And I mean, look at all this liquidity taking us all the way back up to 70,009, and even kind of we could dance back up to 72, and then that the holder of all at 73. This 73.2 has just been here for so long, just waiting to sell 800 and 500 Bitcoins up there. I open along as we hold the 200 on the 1 minute on Bitcoin. And I like what you're doing there. Just careful on the Sundays. Sundays are sketch. Nothing ever works out perfectly on a Sunday. I always just, you know what I mean? But hopefully everything works out. All right. Blessings on everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. We thank you for your time. And the people that are diligently watching on a Sunday means you really care about what you do here in crypto. You're a crypto lifer. You go all the way. Shout out to the 881 beautiful people here on a Sunday. Blessings on blessings. 196 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me get some of that beautiful lemon water. Staying hydrated, getting ready for the day. It's going to be a hot one here in Florida. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a hot one here in Florida. My man looks like a crypto final boss. My man. Nice suit, though. Thank you. Appreciate it. And just a mixed match of I just put all sorts of things together, have some fun, Never take myself too seriously. And I'll be honest, I hate to be rude, but it is a Ralph. My wife bought this for me. It's a Ralph Lauren coat, which is very nice. Tweed with the side. I mean, this thing is... Come on, man. I don't play around. Sorry, I don't mean to floss, but I love to dress. And hey, I work hard for my collection. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, it's clothes, man. Throw it in the garbage, move on. It's weird. As much as I love dressing, to me is just because I watched like Jay Leno and all these guys for years and every day, and I watch a lot of the football analysts, and like they got another suit on every single week, and they just look amazing. And I'm like, oh, they get to do it, and the crypto guys don't get to do it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, we can rock it. Like Charles Payne has like a red one, a purple one. Yeah, these guys have another suit on every other day. And so I got kind of like, okay, like that's what these professionals bring to the table. And I said, crypto can do that too. Like we got the swagger. You know what I mean? So Classic look. Thank you. Shout out to Rave Song Records. Suits are comfortable. I'll do a cigar once a year. That's the thing. Like, exactly. I'll do a cigar here and there, man. I'm done with them. I got too sick. I can't do it anymore. Okay. Shout out to Chris Grasso in the house. We love you. Shout out to everybody here. What's up, man? Sammy the man in suits and short. You're funny. I'm more of an underwear man. I know, right? For sure. Yeah. Mafia named Cuppy the way they say. Cup and handled it. Wacka, wacka, wacka. You're funny. They call me Cuppy. Sammy is the wisest man in the suited short. Shout out to my man Zinabach. God bless you, man. I smoked a Nicaraguan cigar that I bought at the farmer's market supporting, local. My dad put a suit on every time he left the house. Exactly, see? And you're still proud to say that, right? So I want my kids to say the same thing. It's more about their legacy than mine. I want them to understand and have pride in themselves. And when you dress nice in front of your kids, it does something for the whole family. I'm telling you right now. It sets a precedent that you spend a little extra time and you care about yourself. Look at this gap of the VRVP. If you come down fast, you can come up fast. I wouldn't be surprised if we liquidate all these shorts back to 71,300. We have the liquidity. It looks probable. Let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame right now. Now, the 1 hour is not in our favor. We had all this time to come up, which we did. We got a nice bounce from the low 69,000s all the way back up to 77s? Yeah, 777s, like they said. But we got rejected now, and the stochastics want to point further to the downside. 1 minute, the 1 hour doesn't look good. The 50 minutes getting a bit of a bounce. The 7 minute, let's flip on my moving averages. So here we are again, and someone said they saw the 1 minute break back above the 200. Just be careful. A little bit of a spike. So far, you're in the money, but just on a Sunday, it can be a sketchy signal on a Sunday, especially we're in some chop right now. So just see how we went up, and we're coming right back down. I don't open up trades on Sunday. Usually wait for the dust to settle. Usually don't even trade. Right now, I usually don't trade until Monday at 7 p.m. at night. That's like when my next trade will be. I'm very, very concise now about when and how I trade and the timings of it based on when the liquidity comes and goes and based on when there's a lot of volatility. And again, I know we want to go for volume, and I don't mind, but I want to go for the right type of volume, and I want to have it at least as controlled as I can make it as possible. Okay. All the negativity about ADA makes me think it's going to rip hard out of nowhere. Anything could happen, man. You know what I mean? I hold my ADA for a long term. Yo, my brother, I keep missing your calls. Hope you and the family are well. Miss you, bud. I'll call you today, okay? Are you going to be around? The only thing I know is the fact of my own ignorance. Amen. Amen. So we had a huge spike up. Beautiful move there. 777s to get rejected, come back down, to get a bounce right back up. And they're toying with us today here for BTC. 50-minute and the 7-minute. 15-minute went to right, break above its what? 200 MA. Got rejected by the 200. You can see that. We've got to get back above that to remain bullish. If this comes in and we get tight, and at the end of the day, I mean, you have to look at this like it's a bear flag, right? I mean, we can't act like it's not a bear flag that could break to the downside. So I know that the time frames look, I'm just going over traditionally what we're seeing. See, my TA is not telling you what's going to happen. I'm giving you the pathways for how things will happen. All right. All right. So here's the deal. Now, June 30th, Mexi will be full KYC. All right. You can easily do KYC and get yourself a digital ID. It's the new pathway. Go to rns.id. rns.id. rns.id today. Get yourself a digital Palau ID. All right. And find out what it's like to feel free in cryptocurrency. All right. Sign up today and be able to KYC around exchanges. All right. It doesn't matter what exchange, you'll be all right. Let's get back into BTC. So this is a bit of a bear flag. So we've got two choices here for Bitcoin. If you see us get blatantly rejected by the 200, which we did here, and start to come down, and then we barely retest maybe 68.9. I mean, we get a measured move back down to 66,800, 66,789. And it's funny because that's where we got liquidity down here too, all the way from 65.3 and down. I'm not saying we're going there for sure. I don't want you to be like, this is what he said. I'm just showing you that's the pathway of the bear flag. Now, am I bullish or bearish right now? Honestly, I'm not opening up a trade. I'm watching Bitcoin. I'd like to see a bounce back here for the bottom of the channel. But right now, it's pretty sketchy. You'd have to take a pretty sketchy, very aggressive call here for Bitcoin. Now, the one thing I'm looking at that is possible is to take the bigger idea. Like you get in here with a stop loss below like 64,000 and you go for 93. Like you make that a big time trade. All right. That way, if we break down, we come on down. Okay, so be it. But at least you're set in case we do a massive move to the upside. So you enter the trade here, stop loss. And again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying this is a hypothetical idea. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. But you'd enter the trade here with a stop below either, riskier 66.6 or 64,000, and you go for the $93,000 move, and you're that's likely a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. I can just tell by looking at it. Yeah. SEI has been my most frustrating hold of 2024. A lot of things have been frustrating, to be honest. Maria, like a lot of things went up for months, slowly, and then just in that crash, really, that big deep pullback, we lost it all. Now they've just been kind of meandering. It hasn't been the easiest time to hold altcoins. You've got to be a real crypto lifer to be in this game, and you had to have taken profits. If you've taken, I have been taking profits along the way, so there's something to show for it, right? So I have money to live on, money to do things with. I'm excited. I'm not stressed. But if you didn't take profits in that last rally when we went up really hard, and again, I didn't take profits on everything. I'm not saying I sold the whole port, but I took profits. When we were up big on certain coins and I was swing trading, I said, man, I got to take advantage. This is just too fast, too good, right? And so that's just kind of things you got to do, all right? So Bitcoin getting tighter in the zone, and again, we're going to zoom back in there to the 1 hour time frame. And I'm going to get rid of this. We don't need this. It's just a funky idea I got. But so we're watching this flag, honestly, and it's got, two possible scenarios. And to me, it's a bear flag. It's not like it's a 50-50 pattern. I mean, it's more bearish than bullish. So unless we can break, and now we made this other resistance here, unless we can break back above 69,777s, 69.8, expect more downside. We must break back above that key level. It's crazy how close we really are, though. We almost hit 70K earlier this morning. It's only 3,000 away from basically the all-time high. It's just so close yet so far away it feels lately, right? So right now, those stochastics look mean and green and just nasty right now. Like the 1 hour just wants to come down and dump on our face. So the 1 hour doesn't look good. It doesn't. It's pretty bearish to me. It could flip. Anything can happen. The smaller time frames could keep us in the game. Right now, we're in some chop. So what do we want to see? I mean, you want to see the 15-minute break back above the 200 and just start to moon. You want to see the one hold above its 200 here, which looks like it may. You got yourself a bit of a rising wedge here that would have to break out somewhat parabolically, like in a mini parabola. Very small, but this is how the bigger parabolas play out. And you got to get this big move for Bitcoin back at least to resistance at 69,777. Looks like it's about to happen. Would it be surprised if this is your next play here for a scalp for Bitcoin? Stop loss below that 200. You can make it about a 3-to-1 super, 2.7 Sunday scalp. Again, I'm not trading that, but that's something that looks like it can make a nice move. If I was going to trade anything, I'd trade this rising wedge to the upside, which is, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. Because we held above the 200 for so long and then got the secondary pump, it's more likely we're going to get a continuation to the upside based on my years of doing this. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it's likely. So this is the trade right here for the scalp of the 1 minute, and then you can keep the stop below that point of control on the VRVP, and you're likely to move through the gap too. At the same time, it's Sunday. I don't like trading Sundays, and you get lack of follow through, lack of volume. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes right down and dumps, comes up and down, and I'd look for some more chops. So, all right. Let's see if 69.5, the psychological support of resistance, can hold for Bitcoin. All right. That's the key levels that I would be looking for. Shout out to the 1,025 people here on the live on a Sunday morning after Bitcoin got that little bit of a bump up. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? 269 likes, baby. $69 in chat revenue. God bless you. Thank you so much who gave the super chat. Very blessed and very nice of you. Let's take a look at the fan funding from Chris Roach. Shout out from Savannah. And then we have Joel Espinoza. Good morning, Sam. What do you think about the trading view option that recognizes patterns? I'm currently learning. I feel like it could help. I think it's amazing and it can only help to reiterate. But just don't, you don't want to rely on all things. You want to be able to push, right? So look, there's the dumpage there for Bitcoin. And the stochastics weren't in our favor either. They look kind of right? Again, I did not open up a trade. I wasn't saying let's trade. I was just saying if I were to trade, this looks somewhat likely, but we could still wick off this POC. But yeah, we're in some nasty chop right now for Bitcoin. You'd have to just basically buy in here with a stop below here for an aggressive entry. A little bit of bullish div there is that does swing down. And this swings up here on the RSI, which says, hey, we could get a bounce. And so far we did, but, rejection. Get rid of the 1 minute flag here. We'll go back to it. I don't want to act like I didn't put it out there. I never want to act like that, but it just takes up space and looks messy. And that once the 1 minute kind of breaks that trend line, it kind of ruins that whole idea is kind of, you never know. I don't like Sunday trading. I never have. I never will. I think it's the sketchiest day to trade. Most people aren't paying attention anyway. Very light volume. If you're out, you're one of the few people out. The algo just eats you alive. So you just got to be very careful when you're trading Sunday. In and out, know what you're doing. Doesn't mean you can't win. I've won Sunday trades, but it's sketchy. That's all. Looking for this to flag out here now. As long as it stays above the 200, I remain bullish. That's my whole thing. You lose the 200, we're back to okay, So good luck to anyone that did jump into the trade. You're bold and you're pushing it, but you never know. You may just win. You may just win this. All right. So what do you want to see for tonight into the candle close? We want to see the 15-minute get back above that 200. You see the 15-minute close above this, we're likely going to reverse. See, I figured out how to beat the market. I really did. It doesn't mean we win every time like this one got rejected, but it means over time I do win. And I can see what's going to happen before most people. We just got to stick to the script and stay consistent. If you follow me, learn my sauce, takes about a year and a half, maybe 2 years to really, really get what I'm doing. Once you've been following me for 2 years, you know exactly what I'm talking about, when I'm talking about it, why I'm talking about it. You've seen it play out live. So you've seen my strategies happen. So it's not like you trust what I'm telling you because you believe in it. So first you watch me, you had an inkling. I think I trust this guy. This guy looks like he's not like the other people. Then you watch me, then you see the live trades, then you see it, then you get into the trading group. Next thing you know, 2 years go by, you're like, man, everything this dude showed me was spot on. I now know how to trade. Thank God I trusted him in the first place when I first watched his channel. I first saw him on someone else's channel. And, thank you for all the awesome stories people, write to me. They're like, I saw you on BitBoy. And then next thing you know, I knew there was something different. Those are the nicest compliments and the nicest things people have ever said to me, man. So, like when someone says they saw you somewhere else and they had to come find you on your own channel, that's such a blessing. Such a nice thing to read. So God bless everyone that said that to me or done that. And blessings to everybody here. Yeah, so we do have a gap still. Can we get the move? So I'd be closely watching the 15. If it gets rejected by this 200, it's a wrap. If it breaks above the 200 and starts to move, we have a chance of a beautiful reversal on that 4-hour time frame. We could even just pin the 1 hour. It could stay high and everything could pump. So let's see if the 50-minute can start a catalyst above this 200, get the bots running, and flip. Now, otherwise, we get rejected. We come down, and then we're on our way down on the bear flag. And we're headed lower. You see? And we start to dump. And this, 66,000 is a possibility. You have a long flag here. It really says we can get down to 66.8. No guarantees. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure. But it's definitely something. Like I just put this in. It's coming out on its own. But it's definitely something that we need to pay attention to for Bitcoin. So that is my Bitcoin analysis for the morning. I'll be back tonight for Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. All right. Stay tuned for more. I put out one trade yesterday. I didn't want to overload, right? And it was LWOLF. It looked hot to me. It had the move, and LWOLF got the punch. And it moved up beautifully for a gain of about 60%. Right now, it's still holding 35% gains. LWOLF. And you watched it here on the channel, and we put it out to the trading group, and LWOLF is banging on them. So shout out to anyone that jumped into LWOLF. Shout out to anyone that took advantage of that. And there's still gains to be had. If that's a swing trade, there's still time to take some profito out of that trade, man. Pay myself. All right. TrueFi, we went over it. We talked about it. Came all the way back down in that nasty dip. Might have stopped us out there. Might have stopped you out, you know. Came back up, got tight again, though. And then decided to launch itself silly to the upside. Let's take a look at TrueFi. Definitely was, you know, let's take a look here. I mean, you can see the stop loss did not get hit, even though it was so close, because we kept it below that previous resistance. So, insanely enough, the stop loss did not get hit. However, it would have been so close, but it didn't get hit. That number did not get hit. If we hover on the candle and we look at the low of the candle, right, you can see the stop loss number was 16775. If you hover on this candle, the low was 16970. It's insane. I mean, it's 0.2 of a penny, but it never got hit. It's so weird. You'd still be in the money on this trade if you took the exact trade and just let it play out, which is insanity because, you know, but that, look, emotions would have made you clip out. But if you didn't look at the trade and you didn't know you got that close, you're now in the money on TrueFi. Crazy because we knew TrueFi was going to pump. We were all over it. It looked tight, but then the manipulation of the Bitcoin move brought the alts a little down. But then once you, so I'm all about pattern trading. Once you break back inside the pattern, you're legit ready to rock again. Now this thing has broken out and, you know, it's ready for its bigger move. They definitely did a fake out shakeout there on TrueFi though. Grimy move. Daily just getting started on the stochastics RSI, 22 as well. Look at that move on the 22. Giant green candle for TrueFi. So TrueFi getting a bounce this morning as Bitcoin goes sideways. And we were all over this puppy. I'm not going to say it was a rough road though. So how do we jump into TrueFi now? What happens? Well, yeah, like I start looking at the 1 minute. I mean, look at that 1 minute flag that broke out. 15-minute pumping to the upside too as well. Amazing. Little flag here on the 7 that ended up getting busy. TrueFi is pumping as we speak. Looks like it's the hot coin of the morning. Up 15% on the day. Hard to chase right now. I don't like to chase. But that's definitely a buy the breakout type of thing. It breaks this high. I mean, TrueFi is gone, right? Is that the all-time high for TrueFi? No. It's been way higher. So, I mean, we could get all the way to 80 cents here, too. Things just getting started and starting to get very, very bullish. What a big move for TrueFi from 10 cents ever from May 16th to 8. Yeah, I mean, in basically a month, thing has doubled up. And it looks like there's more to come. We just finding the right place. So I wouldn't chase. The 7 minute looks like there is more pump. It may get to 24, and then I'd watch the 7 minute make another flag if I was going to get on in. All right. So TrueFi banging on them to the upside though. What a beautiful move for TrueFi. But they didn't make it easy. I'll give it to you. That one was, you know, that dolphin dip there on Bitcoin was hard. I was there when I saw you on BitBoy. Big love. Shout out to Professor Alucard. God bless you, man. Thank you for being here. Blessings to everybody on the live. And speaking of that, he really likes MPLX. And we talked about it, went over it. It's on CoinEx. And I've been looking at MPLX just here at the bottom of this triangle, right? Hitting the bottom of the trend line. And that's a key area to watch. MPLX, those are two areas I would look to enter, was there, and now it's at the bottom area. So technically speaking, MPLX, you know, and it could go lower, maybe test this level and this level. You never know, maybe double bottom. But right there, MPLX is still holding the trend line.
and you're not rushing in when it's pumping. So if Michael Jordan's in, Allen Iverson's in, from the research done, it says this coin could be hot. NFTs for Solana and really might have the monopoly on it. So that's what the research has been saying. You could do your own and find out more. MPLX could be a hot play here in the market if you want to keep it on your radar. All right. We'll be old news within a week. So, all right. Arkham, my baby, looks beautiful. Was getting so tight inside the zone. Arkham, baby, Arkham. Why did you have to hurt me, Arkham? But it's still tight inside the zone. Everything is still there. Tight moving averages. We're all still intact for our launch to 546. Just lower prices at 230. Arkham needs to bounce, though. Can't lose this trend line. If it does, I don't see why it may not come test 185. So just brace yourself. Always use a stop for Arkham. Put what you're willing to lose. See what can happen. But I still hold out long term that Arkham hits 546 for the long term, right? Mines of Darlinia, interesting, might bounce off that 200 MA. Spectral Knot Coin, Taboo Token. Starknet still coming up strong there after that bounce off $1. Wormhole. Fluence Manta. I still hold my Manta. Believe Manta's going to be big. I still hold my Pyth. Portal had some love, the CEO was out there. Babylon, Fluence, Renzo, Hondo, just kind of a flat day, honestly. It's a Sunday, baby. It's a Sunday. So it is what it is. UpRock Token is a new one there. UPT, if you may never heard of it, you may want to write it down. UpRock Token. That's something that you could, you may want to find out about. Okay. Just some things to just throw at you. New coins coming at you. Everybody knows about RNT. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it's out there. It's on the radar. RNT, right? And it's up to you. And I'm not talking about Radiant, but I don't mention it just because you could probably figure out why. All right. There's this new coin. It's called Trump with Biden. I don't know what it's all about, but seems to get some love at $1.3 million market cap. You never know. I didn't buy any. And I don't buy little meme coins and then tell you guys. I don't do that. I promise you I don't do that. I just when I do buy a meme coin, I'm like, yo, I bought Brett. And I say, hey, I bought some Brett. A long time ago, I brought Brett. Brett, it continues to bang on them, And if you were wondering, RNT, the take coin there, it's at a $44 million market cap. It is starting to get a bit of a rounded bottom, which is when things could meticulously begin to somewhat take off. And it's breaking out of the falling wedge. So if it is going to break out, it looks like it may start to break out today or tomorrow. So just something to think about. It's still got a very, very, very small market cap. All right. And if I'm correct, that would be the address that ends and actually adds with the word pump in it. Somehow they added pump to the address. I didn't even know you could do that. But it looks like that is the case. It has locked liquidity of 2.4 million. So that's what you want to see, that locked sign on the liquidity, really, if you're going to be jumping into any coin. If anything has potential, that does, right? So you guys are sweating Turbo now? I mean, Turbo had that huge, huge pump. Turbo story is beautiful and organic, Long falling wedge, not a big sell-off. Very, very, very strong community. They want $1 billion and they want it now, right? And they probably will get their $1 billion of any coin. I believe Turbo will make a move. But again, it's up to you. At this point, I believe the time is over because if it hits $1 billion, you double up. So now you need $400 million just for this to double up, and it's a meme. So many people have to buy. That's what's so sad about memes. If you don't get in when it's like, I'd say anything higher than $100 million market cap to me starts to kind of get a little corny, I want to get into the memes somewhere between 1 and 30 million, really. All right. Brett just continues to rip, and it's funny how we picked Brett. Could Brett be the bigger winner? You never know. I mean, at this point, on Arrow too. But yeah, it's wow. Brett just continues to rip, and that's just insane. Brett on base, and you're wondering, like, who just keeps running into Brett on base and pumping our bags? And remember, we got into Brett on base. I don't even know. The market cap was tiny. So, congratulations that anyone that got into Brett with me. But unbelievable move for Brett. And, it was one of the first memes I bought on base. I just threw my hat in the ring. Sometimes it's that simple. You just take a shot. And I'm not saying I'm the meme man, but I did nail this meme. This is a meme that we hit in the trading group, and we're up big. Anybody here up on Brett? Yeah, and MANEKI, my back in MANEKI, man. Right? MANEKI coming all the way, but that's the thing about low cap gems too, though. We got in there and it pumped so beautifully. Now MANEKI's coming back down again. Right? Reposturing. Let's take a look. MANEKI. Shout out to everybody here watching. Thank you for jumping on in. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're here every single day, just so you know. We don't take days off. 17 days a week. We work 17 days a week. No, 7 days a week. But we're here all the time. Because there's just always opportunity, and I love it. And every time I miss something, I miss something. Every time I take that moment, that morning, and I just go do something different, number one, my focus is on something random that I don't need in my life. Right? And so it's either my family, my kids, or it's my trading group. A little bit of socialization and a lot of nature. And that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. We're coming back down to the 618 Fibonacci level, and then we also have this level here at that 786. Again, same thing that happened before, but on a bigger scale for MANEKI. This would be the load-up point. I actually don't have any MANEKI. I'm thinking, hey, maybe it's time to jump into MANEKI when it's been sold off finally at that 618 golden pocket. So MANEKI seems to be calling my name. It might be calling yours. It could also go to zero and turn to nothing. You never know. Just always be careful. All right, it's a very high-risk meme coin. But MANEKI is back where I look at for things in the golden pocket. We pull the Fibonacci from impulse to the end of the run. We see that we have the 618 and the 0.65. Those aren't going to be on your fib levels. You're going to have to add the 0.65. Turn it white. Turn the 618 white. Now you get a nice, beautiful white golden pocket staring you in the face. You don't have to think much about it. You just pull, you're there. And when you're in those areas, you think of accumulating. That's what I do. And it pays off 90% of the time if you have patience and you don't use emotion. All right. I'm going sailing this week to cool off. I'm up 6x on base and JI. Awesome, man. So MANEKI is starting to look interesting to me as we do a deep dive together. And eventually we find gems. If you go over enough coins, think about it. The charts tell you what's hot. If you go over enough charts, you're going to find out what's hot. It's pretty simple, right? We know what's going on with Bitcoin. We spent like an hour on it already. And then we're taking the grace to run into memes, right? So, yeah, nice little dump. Back to 69,000, then it pumped right back up. Lost the 200 SMA right there. Then it seemed to have double bottomed. It's a mess. I'm telling you, I wouldn't trade this. I really wouldn't. It had to stay tighter for that flag to play out, right? And to me, it's all about watching, like I told you, watch the 15 and the 7. Really that 15, because the 15 is the closest to the 200. And look, another rejection by the 200 MA. If you didn't use the 200, you'd be like, why are we getting rejected? Use the 200, you can see exactly why. That's why using the 200 will always come into play every single day. I'm looking to relocate my family to Sarasota, not sure what areas to focus on. I have 2 little children. Any recommendations around Sarasota? I mean, Sarasota is beautiful. Just come out east here, man. If you can afford it, just rent in one of the gated communities from Lakewood Ranch all the way down. You know, from Volano to, like, I know all the, there's like 30 gated communities, man, all around. And they're beautiful. And they're, you know, some are lush and full. Some are more expensive with HOAs. But if you could afford it, man, I would just live out east, past 75, out here in horse country, just relaxing. But it's up to you. You could live in the hustle and bustle. You could pay way more for way less and live near the beach. It's completely up to you. Yeah. The best people to watch are YouTubers, just like me. YouTube is the best thing to do. So if you need to know about Sarasota, you type in, you know, moving to Sarasota, right? And there's 2 YouTubers. I also have an amazing, real estate agent that I can put in touch with you that will help you out too. If you want her to give you a call, she's awesome and she knows what's going on. She knows all the communities. She's my agent and she can help you out. So email us at cryptolifers@gmail.com and I'll give you my real estate agent's number. But learn about it, right? Like, there's a bunch of Sarasota videos here that you can learn about. This guy has some good information. This good Zach Payne. And look, he didn't get a lot of views. His channel's small, but he teaches you a lot about Sarasota. This guy is amazing. Matt Light. He knows everything about it. If you spend an hour watching, you will know so much about Sarasota. We have some of the most beautiful beaches, most beautiful places to go and eat, most beautiful downtown area you've ever seen. This guy is one of the smartest people you ever meet. Right here. And he knows all about the Florida relocation guide. He knows all about what's happening, what's going on. I'm giving you guys gems. I always didn't even want to give you this stuff because these guys, they really know what's up. When it comes to YouTube, I use YouTube to find out everything because I am the guy that gives you everything on YouTube and what I do. So I know there's so many experts on YouTube nailing it, just like me. And so, you know, look, the 10 cheapest retirement towns. He's going to break it down. You know, that's may not what you want, but he breaks it down, right? Look, actually affordable. Of Sarasota, and he's going to show you all different things you can do and ideas, and right. So anyway, jump on in. They'll teach you everything. Look, homeowners blindsided by something terrible happening in Florida. Look, the dark side of Florida, right? Read that. Find out what he's saying. You know, and there is something going on. You know, look, top 5 reasons Sarasota, Florida wins 2024. Right? Southwest Florida relocation guide. I mean, Sarasota is beautiful, man. Best and the worst. And I watched all these videos before I moved here. And I knew a lot about Sarasota before I moved here. All you need to know, what I do, I get obsessed. I sit down and I put these on like double speed. And I spend an hour and a half and in that hour and a half, I know so much about this place, you know, aerials, videos, ideas. You write things down, take notes, and then you're ready to go. And then you start chopping it down. Everything I do is calculated. I know, you know what I mean? Like, I moved to Sarasota. I knew where I was going to move. I had a pretty good idea. So I now know a lot about Sarasota. I've been coming here for 20 years on and off since I was 21 years old. I'm 41 now. All right. Yeah. Didn't want to give it to us. Thought we were closer than that, Sam. No, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not saying. Well, I don't want too many people moving to Florida. That's why. That's the real reason. I do want to give you guys, but I don't want so many. I don't want. It's like it's getting overpopulated as it is. I mean, but I moved here, right? So, but I think Florida is a great move for the family. Look for this 15-minute falling wedge to break back to the upside and save the day. We really need to see this 200 SMA get. We need, you know, for us to have a bullish move today and for the Bulls to win, we need to break above the yellow line and make a move. Keep your 200 MA and watch your 15-minute. If you get rejected by here, you're starting to come on down. You'll bearishly retest, and then, you know, we could head all the way back to 66,000. So don't be surprised if we get a massive dump today. All right. Be on your watch for a massive dump. All right. Yeah. And he said, I'm on the bandwagon. I've been wanting to move to Sarasota for 20 years. I just haven't had the ability to do it. It just so happens that everyone else happens to do something when I'm doing it. But I've been planning to move here for a long time. You can ask my family, my friends, anyone that knows me. I love Sarasota. I've talked about it for years. Even on this channel, I've been talking about it for 4 years. You know. I can't stand when people say Florida isn't affordable. It's just you got. I'm sorry, Jennifer. Some reason, but Jennifer, I don't mean to pick out your comment, but man, we live in abundance, man. Everything is affordable. Create a new product. start a new company, push yourself to the limit. There's something we can all do to the next level of life. If you want it, it's out there. If you desire it, it is out there. There's no such thing as not being able to afford something. We live in absolute abundance. I mean, I can't afford the Knicks. I get it. But I believe one day I could. I haven't turned off the fact that I can't buy a professional sports team one day. All right. I want to live in a place with all those little golf carts. I live in one of those places. It's awesome. All right. You got to work super hard. I work 7 days a week. Everyone else works 5 days a week, and then they say they're getting priced out. So I worked more than everybody else. You get it? I'm just saying, like, I made no excuses for why I couldn't get to where I wanted to be. No excuses. No excuses. People make excuses. They listen to the TV. They get into the programming. They make, I can't do this. I can't do that. I have a house that's almost paid off. Sorry. No, God bless you. I don't know why you're sorry. That's amazing. Get yourself some ETH and soul and put it to work. Amen. Everyone lives their life. Mine is not here. You're funny. I don't want the golf cart thing. I think it's dangerous. Yeah. Golf carts are for the golf course, in my humble opinion. Ibiza salutes the lifer. Shout out to Ivan 10 Broke in the house, man. God bless you, man. Florida has many affordable areas. It does. Abuse, no, just power, baby. Amen. Come on down to Florida. Have a blast, everybody. You'll love it. Look for this 15-minute to break to the upside. We're all going to get rich. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, right? Disneyland employee dies on a... Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. All right. Would love to... Ibiza is beautiful, too. All right. All right, everyone. I'm jumping out for the day. If you see something, say something. Stay tuned. Stay clutch. Lifers, look around. Pay attention. One coin I want to look at was GROK. It's been a while since we looked at GROK. GROK. Whatever you want to say. Funny, it did get a nice pump when I put it out of that first flag. Beautiful move. Came back down. Now it looks like it's retesting yet again. And now you need to bounce back off this channel. To me, it's a little sketchy. Here's the deal, though. See, that's what I love about these situations. You don't have to trade it. It comes up. It gets tight. Then we trade it. It breaks down. It does something else. We figure out a different story. Maybe we never touch it again. But if it stays in this tight channel and continues to go sideways, we get excited. And then we start thinking of a move to the upside. So that's why I put alerts. So my alerts aren't, I'm going to definitely trade it. My alerts are, I'll trade it if you do what I want you to do. And you set as many alerts as possible. It's all about being creative and thinking about the possibilities. All right. Love you, brother. Shout out to Billy Eatman. Thank you so much, Billy. I love you so much. The $10 super chat was amazing. Jennifer, I love you too. I hope you're always, I just want you to let you know I love you and I care about you. Been working nonstop for 15 years, grinding, my man. It never ends. And once you fall in love with the grind, like you take some time off, but you never, like 5 days off, 4 days off, after 3 days on the beach, I can't, you know what I mean? And I still do my live stream. I still do what I got to do, right? Whales are pumping Brett now. It's so crazy how they're pumping Brett out of control, right? It's pretty nuts. But I'll take it, man. I'm super excited that Brett is just doing damage to the upside. I mean, it's getting very overbought, though. You would think a nasty crash would be coming down for Brett at one point. How does this thing just continue to rip from 2 cents all the way to 19 cents? I mean, we were getting in somewhere at 3 and 4 or 5 cents, so we've done almost a 5x here, 4x depending. Shout out to anyone that jumped into Brett. God bless you all. Thank you so much for jumping in to the live stream. I'll be back tonight for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close, everybody. I got to jump back, hang out with the family, take the kids to swimming, have a good day. Everyone have a wonderful time. Stay blessed. I can't wait to see you again tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Everyone, I love you. I'll see you tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. Without you watching, we just got nothing. So may God bless you all. I appreciate you all, and I thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. God bless. Tomorrow. Messed up the show.